Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is a message of condolence to the family, friends, and to the people of Kenya on behalf of the Council of Governors following the death of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Fellow Kenyans, members of the press, it is with profound sorrow and deep sense of loss that the Council of Governors joins the entire nation, the African continent, and the global community in mourning the passing of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, a towering statesman, a freedom fighter, a Pan-Africanist, and a tireless champion of democracy, good governance, and social justice. Since yesterday, Kenya is mourning not just a political leader, but a visionary whose courage and conviction transformed our nation's destiny. The Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga devoted his life to the service of Kenya and its people. Through decades of struggle, personal sacrifice, and unwavering commitment, he stood firm for the ideals of freedom, equality, and justice. His vision and tenacity shaped the Kenya we live in today. He was a central figure in the fight for multi-party democracy. He was a courageous voice for constitutional reform and the foremost architect of the 2010 Constitution, the cornerstone of our devolved system of governance. The devolved governments that we as governors represent are a direct manifestation of his dream, a Kenya where every citizen has access to opportunity, where every county has a voice, and where government truly serves the people at the grassroots. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga believed that leadership was about service, not privilege. He reminded us that democracy must not only be spoken about, but lived through fairness, inclusion, and accountability. His belief in the power of the people was unshakable, and his actions over the decades demonstrated a deep love for Kenya, a love that transcended politics and partnership. As the Council of Governors, we hold his legacy close to our hearts. The fruits of devolution, stronger local economies, improved service delivery, and citizen participation in governance are rooted in his steadfast advocacy for people-centered leadership. Through his words and deeds, he reminded us that true transformation begins when citizens are empowered to shape their own future. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga's influence extended far beyond our borders. He was a continental figure who championed African unity, peace, and prosperity. His voice resonated in the global platforms where he called for equity between nations, climate change, and fair trade for developing countries. He was in every sense a statesman whose ideals transcended generations and geographies. To the Council of Governors, his passing is deeply personal. He stood shoulder to shoulder with county governments, often reminding us that devolution was not a favor, but a right enshrined in the Constitution. He consistently defended devolution and advocated for its full implementation, so that all Kenyans in every corner of the Republic could experience the promise of equitable development. Many may not know that Baba is the only person who has attended every devolution conference since 2014, where he has made proposals and declarations that has shaped devolution as we know it today. In fact, he was always the chief guest on the second day of the devolution conference. On behalf of the 47 governors of the Republic of Kenya, I extend our heartfelt condolences to Mama Ida Odinga, the entire Odinga family, friends, and indeed the people of Kenya, as we unite in grief and gratitude. We grieve the loss of a patriot, but we also celebrate a life of extraordinary courage, vision, and impact. In this moment of sorrow, let us also reflect on the responsibility that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga leaves with us, the duty to protect our democracy, to strengthen devolution, and to serve our people with humility, integrity, and selflessness. That is the truest way to honor his memory. As we mourn his passing, we also rededicate ourselves to his dream of a united, just, and a prosperous Kenya. A Kenya where no one is left behind and where leadership remains anchored in the values of service, transparency, and compassion. The Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga will be remembered as a visionary, a reformer, and as the father of devolution. His legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. As I make this tribute on behalf of Council, you all know that it's also personal to me, as I have always believed in Baba's political principles and what he stood for, and I have been with him in ODM. I also serve in the Central Committee of ODM as the National Organizing Secretary, and I'm a second-term governor on ODM. And Baba really loved the people of my county. So on behalf of the Council of Governors, and because I may not take the podium again for a tribute, and also on behalf of the people of Wajir County, I say, fare thee well, Baba. Kenyans, counties, devolution mourns you deeply. May your spirit continue to guide this nation towards the ideals that you so gallantly lived for and you so gallantly fought for. Thank you, and may God bless Kenya. Asanteni. You would understand that there are many governors who are actually involved in the actual planning and currently doing various things. Our two deputy party leaders, our chair of the ODM party, they could not be with us here. There are many, many governors. So this is really a tribute to a truly, truly, truly transformational leader. If there was a transformational and charismatic leader in the Kenyan political space in our generation, it was Raila Amolo Odinga. Someone you would just want to follow, not because he's transactional, but you actually believe in the things that he believes in for this country. So, and really, I mean, for the political grievances that he had at personal level, knowing what Kenyan elections have been since 2007, you can see how much he really believed in peace and how much he sacrificed for the sake of peace in Kenya. And he has taught many African leaders that there is nothing worth burning your country for. The grievances he had are grievances that have sent a lot of African politicians into the bush. But what did he do? He always sorted it out legally and politically. And I think for those that remain in the political space, just know that Kenya is bigger than all of us. For those governors that have not had an opportunity to sign the condolences book, please do it before you leave. I will end it there, and with a word of prayer, I'll ask our CEO to come and pray for us. Okay. Maybe